much. That was bombshell, wasn't it? After the break, we are continuing to celebrate Dr. Hillary's 70th birthday. Yep, he's 70, I know. We've got a very special surprise for him next. Also,
we kind of don't feel ready for the being parents stage. I want to enjoy being his fiancée, and then I want to enjoy being his wife, and when the time's right, I want to enjoy being a mother.
well, we've got an exclusive with Vicky Pattison as she prepares to freeze her eggs. We're following her on that. As well as that, following King Charles's first trip in colour, we've got the secret message behind Kate's outfit. There she is. And back with her TV husband, Alison Steadman tells us how Gavin and Stacey inspired a road trip with Larry Lamb. Good morning to you. Turning 70 today. We are celebrating our Dr. Hillary in just a moment. Also coming up this morning, well, she's made the King's birthday honours list. We're meeting the 106-year-old who's been recognised for her achievements in the pandemic, an honour so deserved. And then, well, talking to the King, we saw him at his first trip in the colour as King, but we'll find out how Charles has extended a bit of an olive branch to Prince Harry. And Gavin and Stacey's Alison Steadman, she's right here with a thank you for someone very special. But first, we are celebrating a very special doctor's very special birthday. 70! Please welcome Dr. Hilary Jones.
Happy birthday to who? TV's best doctor, that's you. Happy birthday, Dr. Hilary. Happy birthday to you.
How was that? Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Mwah. Happy birthday to you. Thank you to the Firebirds for their lovely singing.
Beautiful.
I love that.
Thank you.
Now, look, Hilary, while you sit down, shall we remind ourselves just a few of your best moments?
Shall we? I grew up in West London, not very far from the river here. My dad was a GP, and we lived in a flat above the surgery. For me, school was about having a lot of fun, doing minimum amount of work, really, and getting by, and messing around on stage. I mean, in my year, we had Mel Smith. One of my best friends, as you know, developed leukemia.
Yes.
And died when I was, what, 16, 17?
Yes.
And maybe that was instrumental in me, making a decision about what I was going to do in the future.
I think it did.
One of the few medical schools that would accept somebody for a conversion course to science was here at the Royal Free Hospital in Hampstead in London. 20 minutes of interview later, there I was, a medical student at last. And I was watching Breakfast TV one day, and TVAM in fact, and I saw different doctors, and I thought, get to the point, come on, tell us what we want to know. I wrote a letter which said basically, get a job. And I was stunned to get a letter saying, come and have a screen test and an interview, which I did. And 2 weeks later, I was the TVAM doctor.
Back, and it's time for the Doc Spot with Hilary Jones. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Lorraine.
Dr. Hillary's here.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. No pill's gonna cure my ill. I got a bad case of loving you.
A glass of wine a day can help possibly prevent a stroke.
Yeah, how big's the glass?
Oops, oh no!
No.
Be careful!
It's rather nice, actually.
And of course, you are the most handsome man.
So macho, he's gotta be so macho. He's gotta be big and strong, enough to turn me on.
We've just started the vaccination programme here in Sierra Leone. I'm very honoured and privileged to be able to give this next vaccine. So it's as simple as that.
It is simple.
It takes a few seconds to do properly once you've learnt how to do it, but it's only worth doing if you're doing it properly. We're so proud on this show to have done so much to raise awareness about breast cancer, to encourage women to check their breasts, and of course, ultimately, we have been attributed to saving lives.
That's amazing. Wow.
Nice bit of G-force there. Over the top we go. Whoa! That was one of the best experiences of my life, bar none. Do a few lunges while the kettle's on. What this does is it basically puts stress on the skeleton.
Fantastic. Gosh.
Well, thank you to the editors for that.
I know, that was their
lovely.
James.
That's a lot of work.
Oh, no, it's
James.
beautiful to see all of that. But one of the first appearances on TV AM, what were we thinking?
I don't know. We looked about 12.
Yeah, I mean, look. But it was great because you had this real desire to make, you know, everything medical, everything like that, to make it really easy for people to understand. And that was the thing. That's why you wanted to do this.
I like to keep it simple because that's as far as my intelligence goes. You know?
Behave yourself.
So no, it just empowering people to know about their health, about their bodies, raise awareness, and give them the opportunity to not be frightened of medicine and treatments. And, just to find out more and then make healthcare more accessible to them.
I think that's definitely what you have done, and that in that sort of very clear, very matter of fact, but also with a sense of humour.
Always.
That's what's been good about you, especially when it comes to things that are a little bit embarrassing.
Sure.
But, you know, we've talked about this a lot. Nothing embarrasses me now.
No.
Absolutely nothing.
Nor should it.
And it shouldn't either. That's exactly it. And especially with all the campaigning that you've done. You know, meningitis campaign was obviously saved lives.
Sure, and you know, on this programme, we've had letters from our viewers who've said, you know, thank you for covering, you know, breast cancer, heart disease, prostate cancer. Without watching that clip, we might not have taken our husband to the doctor. And that's what it's all about. It's about raising awareness, giving people information, not on the internet, which can, you know...
Dr Google, no.
Dr Google,
no, we don't want that.
You just get worried and get the wrong messages.
Yes.
But I think done in a nice way. And we've broken some taboos. We've had testicular examination on the show.
We've talked about bowel cancer and bums.
We have.
Yeah, we don't care.
Nothing's out of bounds.
No, it's absolutely fine. One of the really interesting things about you, when you go back and look at your career, you know, after you left medical school, you went to one of the most remote islands in the world, Tristan da Cunha.
I did.
Now, when we say remote, we are talking unbelievably remote. There it is.
There it is.
Literally in the middle of nowhere. Why did you want to do that?
For some adventure. So I'd gone to medical school, 6 years at medical school in the concrete jungle, and I needed some adventure and to practice medicine on my own, where there was no, you know, help from experts and consultants.
Brave man.
So fishing trawler from Cape Town for a week to get there.
Jeez.
And then I was there for a year. Lovely people, 300 people.
Yeah.
And some cormorants and albatross.
And look, they remember you really well. They really do. We've got a wee message here from Doreen and Marion, who remember you well.
I remember them very well.
Yes, here we go.
This is Doreen, one of the nurses who used to work with you when you were on Tristan. I wish you happy birthday from myself and everybody on the island.
And I got to know Hilary James when he comes on the Atlantic Isle with my mum and sister. We become very good friends. So I like to wish him a happiest 70th birthday and hope he have a great day.
There you are, all those years
wonderful,
ago, and people still remember you. But you were the only I mean, anything could have happened.
Oh, and anything did.
Anything did. No, it really did. And then you went to Shetland. You worked in Shetland.
I was in love with islands at the time.
You were?
I was.
Well, tell you what, islands are in love with you, because I was in Orkney at the weekend and we met a very special woman called Marina Sinclair on the island of Flota in Orkney. She's not been too chipper and she loves you. Could you say, get well soon, Marina?
Marina, get well soon. You're in a lovely place, a lovely, calming, therapeutic place in Orkney, because Lorraine tells me all about it all the time. You're in good hands there with the healthcare there, and just enjoy the nicer weather and the lovely views that you have there, and the sea and the lovely, beautiful place.
Oh, Flota is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The weather.
Most beautiful beaches in the world, aren't
they? Unbelievable. But look, we have got you a very, very, very silly cake.
Excellent. We like a silly cake.
Oh,
look at this. Oh, brilliant. Oh, I love it.
You like the picture?
I love that.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh. Beautiful.
And honestly, what do you get, girls? What do you get the man who's got everything? Well, what we thought we'd do, because you know how you do like a bit of adventure.
Yeah.
Do you fancy going on a zip wire?
Always.
Do you fancy going on the longest zip wire in the UK, which is in Wales?
For sure.
Do you actually, seriously, will you do that? Because I really?
Yeah.
Are you happy to do that?
Yeah. Yeah, that'll remind me of my abseil down the GPO tower, won't it?
Yes,
BT
yes,
tower.
that's right. I remember you did that and it was wonderful. Will you have the bestest time?
Oh, definitely.
Good.
Definitely.
I'm glad. And, you know, we've got somebody else who wants to say happy birthday. Our Ross from Los Angeles. Isn't it? How can this man be 70 years old, Ross? It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. Dr. Jones, how the heck am I? As I always say to you whenever I see you, old pal. Oh, it's so funny as well. And obviously, he gave me one of his coats that I could wear today, so I'm doing my best just to emulate him in every which way. But I do remember the first time that I met Hills, and he actually was giving me an examination, and I never forget it when he said, "Just take all your clothes off." And I said, "Well, where will I put them?" And he said, "On the floor beside mine." And from that day on, we've had the most beautiful relationship. You're an absolute wonder. We have shared so many bad jokes, good jokes, you name it. We've shared such fun times. Love you so much. Love from La La Land. Happy birthday. You look amazing.
Doesn't he, though? You're back later, Ross. We're looking forward to that.
Yes, Sex in the City. And anything like that just makes my old pal Hills' ears prick up. There we are. Is the feud still continuing? I will tell you more. Steady on, old chap.
Oh, fantastic. Look, we shall share a piece of cake and vast quantities of booze. This man has seen bits of me that, well, nobody else has, not even my husband.
More of you than Ross, that's for sure.
That's for sure. So good to see you.
And you.
I mean, I can't believe that you're 70. So
no,
I
just want to say thank you to everyone I work with in front of camera and behind camera.
Absolutely.
You do a fantastic, astonishing job.
And they're all wearing Dr. Hillary hats.
They are wearing
Can you
Dr. Hillary
see?
hats. Yeah, so they should, yeah.
They're all wearing Dr. Hillary hats in honour of the great man.
We might have to have a wee dram shortly.
A wee dram? Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Hillary,
Pleasure.
for everything.
Thank you.
For everything. It's great. Right, in just a moment. Well, the fallout continues from that Partygate video that emerged over the weekend. We will be live to Westminster and honoured by the King. I'm going to be meeting the extraordinary 106-year-old who won hearts with her hill walking challenge during the pandemic.